Next things next. We have a movie that, literally I did not know about till yesterday. It is recording here. A movie that you wholeheartedly recommended called VFW, right? Yeah, little did I know going in that, yeah, this is a tribute really to the grindhouse era. You know what I mean? We've talked about it before on the program. We mentioned, Quentin Tarantino and his fascination with that era of, filmmaking and stuff like that. That essentially where, it's these sort of like low budget, films, exploitation films. You know what I mean? There's a lot of emphasis on gore, on, effects and stuff like that. So a lot of blood, a lot of violence, a lot of guts and stuff like that, right? And this right here is just a straight up tribute to 80s, exploitation films, while paying a little tribute to the 70s stuff, especially like John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13. Like the whole premise of this is straight up Assault on Precinct 13. And there's a little reference to, well, one of my all-time favorite movies, Sam Peckinpah's The Wild Bunch, which, yes, if
Yeah.
you know your movie history is quite notorious for its well then extreme level of violence. Um, so I'll just run through what it's about briefly, because yes, the premise is so bare bones. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to spend whole day talking about what it's about, right? So it's technically set in the near future. Like they don't see it blatantly, but you can tell it's set in the near future, right? And what happened is that, well, there's this drug overdose. There's this new drug on the scene. Well,
Yeah.
this new recreational drug that they call hype. That's the nickname for it. A lot of people get hooked on it. So in this particular city, there's this guy who's like running the, he's a big drug dealer there. He has his goons. You know what I mean? And they all like, just just evil motherfuckers, right? You know what I mean? They would hesitate to just kill somebody just like that, right? One day, this girl by the name of Lizard, that's her nickname, shows up, and
Yeah.
well, prior to that, now her sister, who is this drug addict, she is killed by, well, the leader, right? Well, the main bad guy. And then, well, she sees her dead body and she's like, nah, you know what I mean? She has to do something. So, of course, she doesn't really, she not crazy enough to go and try and stop the bad guy, but she does sneak into his office. The safe was open, and you see like about 4 or 5, well, keys, you should say, of hype. So she steals it, she runs out, you know what I mean? The bad guy sees it, he sends his goons out for her. While all this is going on, we introduced to, well, basically the main characters, well, the VFWs, right? So they are veterans of foreign wars, right? That's what VFW means, right? And essentially, the main character is Fred Paris. He's played by Stephen Lang. Haven't seen him in a movie in ages. Um, and he just basically owns this bar, right? This bar where these old veterans just come in and hang out and have fun, right? Now, ironically, this is on his birthday, so like his friends come through. We introduce to Walter Reed, who's played by William Sadler. Haven't seen him in a movie in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
ages. We have Abe, who's played by Fred Williamson. Holy shit, this
Yeah.
man's still alive, right? Weird.
Yeah.
We have
His name is what the character name is Walter Reed. That's hilarious.
yeah, yeah.
The famous hospital
Yes,
for
yes,
veterans.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny that Fred's name was Abe and the main character's name is Fred. It's like, okay, well,
Right.
whatever. We have Lou, who's played by Martin Cove, you know what I mean? And just
Right.
all these old guys, but they are remnants of the Korea War, of
Right.
Vietnam, of Desert Storm and all that kind of stuff. I know they're just hanging out, having fun, we just fucking around and stuff like that. And like, cool, when we finish up, we're gonna leave, we're gonna go to a titty bar, we're gonna have fun. And then this girl runs in, well, Lizard runs in, these goons chasing after her. And oh yes, I forgot to mention there's also this guy who is discharged from the military. This young guy, actually, this young black guy, this young soldier, sorry. And he just there, me just well, come for a beer, basically, just rock back there. So yeah, Lizard runs in, these goons follow, blood and guts, limbs are severed, all that kind of stuff. And then, well, of course, the bad guy realizes, oh, well, Lizard is inside this bar now, so let me just send me squad down to try and attack her. And yes,
Right.
if you haven't picked up from it now, this is Assault on Precinct 13 right there, where, yes, you
That's
have
it.
your main characters inside this
Yep. Yep.
place, and they all kind of have to defend themselves. And, oh, yes, well, last thing I want to mention, too, it does have elements of Night of the Living Dead, of course, right?
Right.
Characters being pulled up in this place. They have to use whatever tools or whatever weapons they could find, whatever thing they could use. And yeah, just blood and just grindhouse fun ensues. So yes, Ricardo, as you recommended the show to me, I just want you to kick off what you thought about the movie as a whole. What you thought about
Yeah,
VFW?
it's pretty goddamn awesome. It's a while I haven't
It
seen a
was. It
just
was.
it felt very I won't say dated, but yeah, just it felt old. Like an
But
old
that's the point. It's supposed to
right,
feel
right,
like
right,
that era. The show that remind me of actually perfect example is Hobo with a Shotgun, right? Which
right, right.
had like the perfect genesis. There was which was basically around the time when the Grindhouse double feature movie came out, right? What Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez was involved in. They had a contest, make your own Grindhouse trailer. Guy did Hobo with a Shotgun. He won, and they cast the late great Rutger Hauer to play the lead,
Yeah.
and even that itself felt like one of those early '80s exploitation films. You know what I mean? Those shows that the critics were like, "Nah, we should ban this because it's too bloody and too violent." You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
this one is kind of going for the '80s vibe, but it also kind of feels like it's steeped also in the '70s era. You know what I mean? In terms of just the characters involved. Having Fred Williamson in this alone, John. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we just want to have this feel as '70s, even though it's primarily '80s. We right down to the synthesizer music and the music that they use entirely, but it has that '70s feel to it, right? But yeah, go on.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's this old grindhouse feel to it. Might work. A lot of the action was great. Really bloody. Loved it. Especially there's this great, great shot at the end that is like it's clearly a dummy, but it looked great because it's so brutal.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
But the it worked. It worked for me. Just a simple story. All the stuff with the drugs and the old thing. It's just and then eventually just to get to the griminess of the fighting and the action, and that's what it was. It
Yeah.
had the day. So that is all you need.
That's it. That's it. Just tell your story, please the crowd, give you enough blood, guts, and yeah, just
Yeah,
move on. You know what I mean? The show is roughly an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Doesn't
yeah.
overstay its welcome. You know what I mean? It just did its thing. I was actually surprised that they got such great actors in this, to like Stephen Lang and William Sadler and Fred Williamson. I was surprised that they get those folks.
Yeah,
Like, you think for
the
something like this,
cast
be it
the cast
so quote
helps.
unquote low budget, that they would get some nobodies there. You know what I mean? Some I
Right.
don't want to say amateurs, but there's people that you never saw before. Like everybody else, primarily, like the Lizard, the bad guy, the thugs and whatnot. I've never seen them in a show before in my life. You know what I mean? But you would think that
Right.
a show like this, it would just be about these, nobodies that basically on screen. But no, you have big names in this story. You know what I mean? Not as big as all that, but still, you know who Fred Williamson is, right? You know who Stephen Lang is. So you know what I mean? So props to the filmmakers for at least getting them. Cause I think just the casting really works for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As I say, it there's not much else to say other than that because they get a good thing. Everybody bounce off each other quite well. It's a lot of great dialogue.
Yes.
Legit funny at times.
Yeah, a lot of
Uh,
banter though, like between
yeah,
the veterans themselves. It works. It
yeah,
feels real. Like you could believe that. Yeah, this could be like a Friday night. I assume it's a Friday night, right? Yeah, just them rocking back, talking shit. Like it feels authentic. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
I find it, they make it work. They make it work. And I just had a lot of fun with this one. I didn't expect to. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. And I heard about it. I was like, wow, this is looking real hard. And then I just sat on with it and just really enjoyed it. Loved it.
Yeah. Well, for me, just to continue on with your praise, because yes, I dug the hell out of this movie too. This is totally right up my alley, because as much as we could talk about, we love the classics and the art films. I have a soft spot for grimy stuff like this, though. Just mainly because it's entertaining. It's clearly meant for a certain crowd, and I just love these revival, these kind of, sort of grindhouse or exploitation revival films. You know what I mean? Like Hobo with a Shotgun. You know what I mean? Like I like stuff like that. I like that it doesn't take itself way too seriously. It's going for a particular tone.
Yeah.
I love the use of lighting in this one. They use a lot of like well, I don't want to say pinks, but they use like a lot of reds and blues a lot, and kind of mix them ever so often too. So every time there's something bloody and gory, it doesn't. It's like it's there, but it doesn't. It's not too in your face. You know what I mean? I would say like ever so often they will have like a couple of scenes where they might kind of cut away quickly from a scene of violence, or they might try to have the camera in such a way to kind of mask the fact that they're not working with that big of a budget. But for the most part, I thought that the violence works. Some gore effects actually work. Some stuff that you could tell is well like a dummy, I mean, clearly, but it
Yeah,
works. It does go for gratuitous, but not too much, right? So that like I was saying, they might cut away ever so often, like I think it's just on purpose, like just more of an economical thing. They're like, oh, we want this movie to be bad, because no, once you know what you're going in for, it's not like you're gonna get something incredibly controversial. This is not what they're going for. But I really dug the fact that we have these old guys involved. The mere fact that we have Stephen Lang trying to do his best Lee Marvin,
right.
because when I was watching him, I was just thinking like Delta Force for a second. You know what I mean? Like how
Yeah,
Lee Marvin's character looked there. So I could tell that's what they were going for too. And slight spoiler, yes, at the very end they do pay tribute to the armed forces. They're not just there in the movie to just be badasses, but it's like, well, I like that they touch on it also in this movie, where it's like, yeah, they did sacrifice a lot, they did go through a lot, they did suffer a lot. So, just the mere fact that they're alive and breathing, that's something to admire, you know what I mean? But because in this situation, in this situation that they're at right now, they're not just gonna, call it quits or to give up. Now they're gonna fight. You know what I mean? So it's a good enough motivation for the characters to do what they do. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, if you are a fan of this style of cinema, you'll have a blast for this. I mean, it doesn't do too much. Like, it doesn't do anything incredible or out of the ordinary. It just gives you this simple premise. It gives you characters
yeah,
that you like. It gives you a body that you ever so often would see something really threatening. But at the same time, even the bad guy, though, I thought that he was great for what he was given. Uh,
yeah,
I wish that they gave Lizard a little bit more to do, but what I mean, she was tough, she was badass when she was ready. It's a great
right.
scene where she jumped on top of a guy and just stab him repeatedly. I was kind of waiting for something like that to happen. And then when it happened, I was like, yes, yes, what are we talking about? The young guy, the young soldier boy, there's a great scene with him. And after the scene, they had to call him Dead Eye or Dead Shot or something like that.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
he got that name, though, was kind of badass. But I just rewind that. I was like, okay. There's also a part that he was kind of like attacking that guy with his knee, like real Muay Thai shit. But how he
yeah,
does it was like, whoa. Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, like I say, it's over the top. It's insane. It doesn't go too up. It doesn't go too over the top. It doesn't go above and beyond the Call of Duty to be like the greatest show out there. It's just simple entertainment. I watch this on a Saturday night. I would see this one of the movies you can watch on Saturday night. But that's in general. It has its audience. I was so glad that I saw Fangoria. You know what I mean? In terms of like the companies involved in this stuff. 'Cause, yeah, this is right up their alley. This is a crowd pleaser as far as people who love, grindhouse films, who love exploitation films. And I just kind of like the fact that you have filmmakers out there who just love this stuff so much that they will keep making films like that now, even though we are in the 2020s. And I would love to see more of that in the near future, right? So, for me, rated wise, way as a guilty pleasure, 'cause yeah, this is officially my guilty pleasure movie of 2020. I go with a strong 4 to this one. Strong 4 to 5 for this one. Yeah,
yeah.
this hit all the this tick off all the right boxes. I get my enjoyment. I mean, it was to the point. I get my fix. I can't wait to see this again. I would love to actually own this on Blu-ray. I love to see the behind the scenes stuff, like how they do all the gore stuff. And like I say, I'm just glad that have people out there that just willing to make dope shit like this. Shit. I actually encourage filmmakers to do that. So, yeah, if you're a fan of that, definitely give this a look. If this is not your cup of tea, can do it have detractors out there. Yeah, then yeah, definitely skip this. But yeah, I dug the hell out of VFW. Ricardo, thank you so much for recommending this movie here. Wow, this actually made me Saturday. So last words and rating on VFW.
Yeah, yeah. For me, 8 out of 10. Great, great film. I had just a ton of fun with this one. Fun grindhouse action, grindhouse, just the violence. I mean, just shotguns, pistols, coke. Vans exploding. Right,
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
I really like this one as well. Yeah, 8 out of 10.
Right, right, right.